Let's get those cameras on. See those faces. There we go. Franco. What's up, brother? Jessica, Andrea, Rosa, Larissa. Hello. It's good to literally see you. It's nice to see you. You can't see me. It's good to see you guys. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week's been going good so far. Today's a fun one. I'm curious, how many of you have been to one of our best of series like this before? We've only done one other one. We did it in March, so this is a new one. So Andrea, you been? You been? Has anybody else here been to our best of series where we oh, okay, this is gonna be fun. This is fun. Or I don't know, maybe you'll hate it. But we tend to have fun on these. Oh yeah, Andrea, that's right. You won. With who did you win the call? What was it? Janine? The mailers? Yeah. Oh man. She's amazing. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Isabel, first time for the best of series. Oh, you guys, we're gonna have fun today. There we go. I didn't remember there's like a show or something I saw one time. And it's like, oh, I'm really nervous. And they're like, first time. No, 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 I've been nervous many times before. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Jessica, first time joining from Chicago. Okay. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I got Ray out in Chicago too, and a few others, great people out in Chicago that I know, great agents and leaders. What's up, John? Lauren, letting people in. Oh, and so while we're waiting, icebreaker question, since I don't really have one relevant to today's topic because today's is a little special. Um, Drop in the chat a win that you've had in the last week. I'd love to hear it so we can celebrate each other before we get into the fun of the best of April. So drop a win in the chat. Let's celebrate each other. And welcome everybody's coming in. I'm having two closings in a week. You know that feels good. Woo! Isabel, I left the job. Oh, that's a big deal. Dang, let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Laura. Thanks for having your videos on. It's good to see everybody, literally. It gets so lonely when I don't see faces. I'm like, come on, guys. I do this free. At least I can see your faces. Andrea, two closings in 7 days. Let's go. Feeling good. Drop some more wins, guys. We got another minute or two because you know how Zoom can be about letting people in, connecting to audio and video not working and stuff like that. So we always give a little grace there. So drop some more wins in the chat. I wanna celebrate you. I know. Let me see. I mean, I've got some wins. So we had another agent join my local team here. So we're expanding into Clarksville, Tennessee. Lachey, really excited to have her. So that was awesome. Then this is fun. This is really fun. There's a family that I helped like 4 years ago buy a home, and a husband and wife, and they had a kid, and I don't know, he was like 13, 14 at the time. And then like last week he reached out to me and he's like, hey, by the way, I have my real estate license and I really want to ramp up, but I don't know what to do. And my parents, but also their the husband's mom is a broker, and she's like, you should just go to Robert. She's like, she has her own brokerage, and she's like, you should just reach out to Robert because she's like, everything I built is just me and old school. I've been in 40 years. I don't really know how to tell you how to start again. And so then he reached out and so he joined the 100K challenge yesterday, and he's already like, I connected with a for sale by owner. I actually have listings going like on the marketplace. Like, and I was like, that's so cool. Like I helped his parents buy a home, and then later now I'm helping him sell homes. So I thought that was cool. Oh, that's awesome, Lauren. You live closer to the Clarksville side. I like that. Oh, it's 5 after. Okay, you guys know, super mindful of time. I respect my time and your time. So let's get started. Welcome to the best of April. Oh my goodness. So, what we do today is we're going to take the top three strategies that we taught at the Agent Alliance. Um, and we're going to recap them today, put them in a scenario generated by AI to see which one would win in that scenario. And you guys will actually get to vote live. We'll have some prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun. But real quick, can you guys tell me if my audio is choppy for you at all? Anybody having issues with my audio? Mizo is just telling me it was kind of cutting in and out. And so I don't know if that's so hit or miss. Okay, so Laura says a little bit. It's good now. Okay, it might be. Hold on. Looks like it's clipping a little bit. Hmm. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and fix this mix a little bit and see if that will be a little bit better. I think my kid might have touched some of the settings. Is this a little bit better for you guys? Yeah? Okay. I think my kid was messing with the dial. All right. Well, bear with me. Don't be shy if like you're having some serious problems. Make sure you drop it in the chat because I can't hear what you're hearing. So let's get into it. This is a distraction-free zone, so we have 4 conditions for being on the call. Number 1 is get the video on. We're community, we're focused, we are intentional. But if you're doing something like driving, please be safe and don't turn your video on. I want you to be safe, okay? Otherwise, video on. We'll be looking for that too. Distractions off. You guys did not show up today to waste your own time. You're too smart for that. Come on now. You're too smart for that. If you've got something more important to do, that's okay. Go do that. Go do that. But if you're here, be present, remove those distractions. Participate. Our calls are super interactive. They're highly engaging and they're designed to make sure that you leave the call with actually something useful to do, right? I know a lot of you have probably been on calls before where someone just talks and talks and talks and talks. And then at the end of the call, you're like, now what? What do you want me to do? Right? We don't do that here. And then, of course, one of the most important ones is go make someone else's day, right? I'm here. I spent a lot of time pouring into you for free. And then the newsletter on Friday. And I would love to see you guys go and just share what you learned, a takeaway, something new that you discovered, and just go give it to someone else. Just go bless someone else today and make our industry and your world a little bit better. All right. So now let's get right into it. Here is the scenario. Make sure you're listening good because you will get to vote live on this. So remember, this was randomly generated by AI. So it is not a bias from me or teaching in April. So we have a stubborn for sale by owner who listed their home 10 years ago. Okay. Now listen, it's priced competitively. So there's no obvious issues with the home or pricing. Okay. You guys following along? You have no prior relationship to them. Okay. No contact history with them. This will be a straight up cold relationship. And you have a 5-day window to spark a meaningful conversation. Notice I did not say get the listing, but rather spark a meaningful conversation. Because if not, they're just going to list with their nephew who literally just got licensed yesterday. Okay? Everybody clear on the scenario? All right. So now let's recap the strategies that you have to choose from for the scenario. And then don't worry, I will bring back the scenario again after I recap these. But question from Jessica, 5 days from when? So you just now saw it. So this is, I'm exposing to you. You just saw this listing and now you have 5 days to take action about it. right? So I guess in a way you could say 5 days from today. Tap the strategies. Uh, First, surprisingly, is actually me. I brought in one of my favorite strategies because I love really simple, easy strategies that anybody can do. Okay, so we have the 60-second Zillow email that your past clients are waiting for, and this one, some of you may even have tried it out and saw how well this works. It is insane. All right. So let me recap for you. So, why you should care about the Zillow Zestimate email. It immediately grabs attention by highlighting what they care about most in this context: the value of their home. It invites curiosity, not pressure. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what it is. It offers a natural, non salesy next step, a simple conversation. It's incredibly simple, quick, and transparent. So you can do this pretty much anytime and anywhere. And it's evergreen, always relevant, even if you haven't talked to them in years. And it even works with cold listings, ones you don't have a prior relationship with. Okay, so now let me show you what it is. Here's the subject. Is Zillow right about your home? Pretty easy, pretty curious. Here's the body of the actually fitted on a single slide. Hi, client name. Zillow says your home is worth X amount of dollars. Here's a screenshot to show you proof. Do you agree? I have my own thoughts, but I'm curious to hear yours. Hope all is well. That's it. That's the Zillow email strategy. I know what you're thinking. You're like, nah, that ain't it. This has got to be way more complex than that. It is not. And in fact, one of the people who used this, I don't know if she made the call, Victoria, top producer, amazing agent. Within 24 hours of sending this, she was showing homes to someone, and that they were thanking her for sending that email. 24 hours. A couple other that might be here, Bonnie, Nanette, and a few others, they sent out and got over a 50% response rate, even from people they had response from in months. So drop a little mail in the chat if you think Robert, that's me, Zillow email would win in the given scenario. And don't worry, I'm going to bring the scenario back for you. All right. But just drop that in the chat if you think. And it's okay if you're like, nah, I'll just wait and we'll see what the other strategies are. But I know some of you might be biased already. And I want you to play into that. I want you to say what you think. So now let's move on to the next strategy, okay? How to turn any price drop you see into 2 new listings. This was Joe Rosen. One of my favorites too, because if you guys don't know what to do with price drops, you are going to get crushed by people who do. Absolutely destroyed by people who do. For those who don't know, 1 in every 3 homes listed in the US will have a price drop or has had a price drop. So can we all agree knowing what to do with price drops is probably pretty important? Yeah. Okay. So why you should care about the price drop script. Turns dreaded price drops into opportunities. Makes the conversation helpful and transparent instead of salesy. Scalable and repeatable with predictable results. Literally 2 new listings per price drop. Think about that. Let's just let that sit for a minute. That's a lot of listings. Constantly gives you great deals to bring to your buyer database as well. Hello, price drop. You'll have almost zero competition with this strategy. Agents and LOs are entirely scared of price drops, or they're indifferent, or they ignore them. This is one of the most underutilized strategies I've ever seen. Okay. And then let me give you the opener script. Again, I like to give you the kind of enough information to go off of. So, hey there, first name, right? Ring, ring, hey there, first name. They give you a response, right? Hey, this is, I'm going to pretend to be Joe Rosen. Joe Rosen, I'm a local realtor here. I'm working with one of your neighbors at 123 Main Street in selling their home. And we just dropped the price by $20,000. So I'm calling to see if you have any interest. Now, you can use that exact same script to go and actually produce more listings by showing people where they're at in the market and where they stand in competition. Think of it almost like how you do comps, right? How do you teach your listings to price their properties correctly. You show them what's available in the market. You show them where they're at. So you could come in and say with a price drop strategy, hey, this is actually where you could price your home to be competitive and beat out what's currently on the market. And if they resonate with that price, you're going to have a great conversation. And if they don't, no worries. You just keep following up with them, right? And to show you how well this works, it has a 13% conversion rate. Now, most leads, if you go to NAR, so you can fact check me on this, it's 1%. This has a 13% conversion rate. That's incredibly high. It turns one price drop into two listings very fast and you can do it even in a week. We've tested this many times. And then what I love about this one in particular is loan officers can also use this, and actually they can do it at a better level than agents because loan officers have a unique perspective that most homeowners haven't, which is most homeowners are still going to use a loan to buy their next home. So they have an in. So agents have to work a little bit harder with this strategy, but it is so good. All right. So now, if you could find this, I don't even know. I don't know how to test Zoom emojis. So if you can find this emoji in Zoom, drop that in the chat if you think the price drop strategy would work in the scenario. And then we have one more strategy we'll recap. And don't worry, if you guys are looking at these strategies and you're like, man, some of these are cool, but you're going through them too fast. In the newsletter on Friday, I will make sure that you can get all of the replays, all of the scripts, all of the slides, everything, all free for you. So don't even worry, okay? Oh, Bonnie's got it. There we go. All right. And last but not least, we have how to get paid from for sale by owners, even if they never list with you. That's pretty fun, right? Taught by Walter Key. A couple of you guys know him. We love Walt. So why you should care about the for sale by owner marketing script. Turns for sale by owner rejection of agents into cooperation with agents. And just so you know, for sale by owners typically really don't like agents. I'm going to be very clear about that. Don't let all of the lies that you see from the gurus go. They already have their hand up. They're begging for your help. They're leaving money on the table. Listen, that is not the mindset though. Even if you're factually correct, you're emotionally wrong. And people lead with emotion and then they have facts to support the way they're feeling. Okay? So it's very important. It's why I love this strategy because it actually respects the mindset that the for sale by owner is in. Okay? So it positions you differently and positively than most agents and LOs that are calling for sale by owners. It's zero pressure, all the benefit for the for sale by owner. They have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And when you're in that scenario, you're much more willing to work with someone. Right? Risk tolerance. If you have less risk, you're more willing to take a risk. So it's proven, it's repeatable, and it's predictable. Meaning if you follow the process, you can turn around and predictably know how much you're going to make consistently. And then it makes sure you get paid even if they never list with you. Okay? Let me give you the opener script on this one too. And remember, all of this will be in the newsletter. So don't try to take notes or screenshots. I got your back. I just want you to be present and take this in. You guys see what that just did? It addressed the elephant in the room. It's saying, I respect where you're at, and I'm not going to try to convince you. And in fact, I'm going to prove it so much so that I'm going to say, we can't even talk about that idea. We're not even going to talk about the one thing you don't want to do, which is list with an agent. It's a powerful strategy. This continually gets listings. That's what's crazy about this, right? Notice how we're not going to talk about getting a listing from you. This is one of the best ways to get a listing. The conversion on this is insane. Walt personally shared that he has like I think he said like a 21% conversion of getting the listing from this, which is phenomenal. And it often generates buyers too. So sometimes you're even double ending. You're earning twice as much commission. Okay? So drop a sign in the yard if you think Walt's for sale by owner marketing script will win in this scenario. And don't worry, I'm going to bring back the scenario right now. All right. So again, here's the scenario. Stubborn for sale by owner listed their home 10 days ago. It's priced competitively. No obvious issues with the home or pricing. You have no prior relationship or contact history with them. Okay. And you have a 5-day window to spark a meaningful conversation with them. Remember, it's not get the listing, it's spark a meaningful conversation. In other words, before you've got to convince them in a way, compel them, let's use that, before they just go give up and list with their nephew who got licensed yesterday. Okay? All right. We're going to do voting in just a second. You ready? So let's get to voting. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention there are prizes. There's prizes. So speaking, don't worry, don't worry. We're going to actually have the Zoom voting up. And once we do that, but let me show you the prizes real quick, and then we'll get the Zoom voting up. So it's going to come up in Zoom. It'll pop up for you. So don't even worry. I'll tell you. I got a slide for it. I got you guys. Come on. All right. So just real quick, you can win one of 3 private 30-minute one-on-one strategy sessions. One with me, where we can go over your Zillow email, because that's the strategy that I taught. So maybe you want eyes directly on your Zillow email. Maybe you want to get help on, okay, they responded. Now what? I do? How do I lead this, right? And this is how you would want to get deeper strategy on that. Remember, this is all free. Okay? Joe Rosen, he will do a price drop call strategy session with you. Maybe you want to role play with him live, refine your delivery, maybe tweak it to make it sound more like you. This will be the one for you. And then Walt, he will also be doing a personal coaching session, walking you through maybe the zero pressure marketing script that he has, maybe showing you how he handles objections, maybe even some of the follow up that he does. So those are the 3 prizes we're going to be giving away. Okay. Let me just tell you real quick how you get them, and then we're going to do the voting for you. I actually think I meant to put the voting earlier, but let me see if I can start that right now and make it easier. Okay. All right. Let's launch the voting. There we go. Okay. You guys should all have pop-ups now. So I want you to vote which strategy that you think would win in the given scenario. Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you while you're voting how you can get these prizes. So one is you attend this call. Well done. You guys are off to a great start. Vote in the poll, which most of you are doing a great job right now. Nailing it. Okay. Subscribe to the Agent Alliance newsletter. Okay. And if you're not already subscribed, we'll drop that in the chat right now. So I'll count it. Okay. Don't even worry. Okay. Subscribe to that. It's free. You get all the replays, slides, whatever. Okay. One of the 3 prizes will be exclusive for those who also read at least one newsletter from the Agent Alliance in April. Just as an honor to you guys who were subscribers last month. So there'll be a special one just for you. Okay. We're going to announce all 3 prizes in the newsletter on Friday, 1 p.m. Central. Okay. And then if you're the winner, you'll obviously see it there. You must respond to that email within 72 hours to claim your prize. So there you go. That's all the prize details. Let's keep voting. We've got pretty much all the votes in. We're going to give like another maybe 30 seconds. And then I'm curious, drop in the chat why you voted what you did, right? Just drop in the chat. I'm curious. I want to hear some of your explanations of why you think in the given scenario on the screen, why do you think that strategy will win? What made you choose it? I'm very curious. Okay. Andrea, the Zillow emails simple and grabs attention. I love the Zillow email. I am biased 100%. It's one of my favorite ones. I just like really simple stuff that I can do anywhere at any time. Because you guys know, like my wife is sick, and then I also take care of our 2 little kids. So phone calls are hard for me. it's really hard for me to be able to devote that time and attention to be present. And so the idea that I can be changing a diaper, finish that up, and then sending out emails, then going and making lunch, and then like still doing my job of protecting and providing while also serving my wife and my kids. So it's I love strategies like that. That's why I teach them so much. All right, all right. Oh, I'm loving these explanations though. These are fantastic. Lauren, I've gotten a for sale by owner from this. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good reason to vote for it. I love it. Doug, sellers love Zillow. They really do. They really do. Sellers actually really do. Because Zillow's smart. I don't like the way they do business, but they're smart in the way they do business. They know how to lead someone on. Even if it's not true, they know there's estimates. They've come out many times for the last 5 years. Um, ever since there's estimates and they started buying with Zillow offers and stuff like that, like they know that they're wrong, but they don't really care. They're not intentional about making sure that they're accurate because if they're an inflated price, they get a lead and they sell the lead to you guys. That's the truth. That's why we teach you how to make all your own leads so you don't have to pay Zillow. Okay. I love it. Larissa says Waltz is more for sale by owner geared, and you didn't say it to be listed in 5 days. That's right. Good observations. I like it. Emily says voted because it's a for sale by owner. Yep. 5 days to strike the conversation. Rosa, Zillow's more known. Leveraging Zillow is so smart. Like instead of being a hate on Zillow, which so many people are, leveraging Zillow is far more powerful than hating on Zillow. Because if consumers like Zillow and you hate on Zillow, do you know what happens? The consumers start to dislike you. Why? Think about it. Do you guys love your kids? Do you love your spouses? Raise your hand if you love your kids, love your spouses. Okay, and if someone steps into your world and says, your spouse sucks, your kids suck, I don't like you, they're always wrong, they're inaccurate, even if they're right, what's your reaction? Excuse me, that's important to me. Even if you're right, you don't talk that way about something that's important to me. Right? We all know that. That is who we are as a nature. So when you go to Zillow and they go, man, Zillow said this good thing that made me feel good about my home. And then you go, Zillow sucks. They're like, wow, screw you. Screw you. I'm serious. I'm just telling you. So that's why we take a different approach. We go, hey, listen, here's what Zillow said. How do you feel about that? Right? So that's why I love the Zillow email, right? These are great. All right, let's end the poll. Okay. Ready for results. There we go. All right, now. Before we don't, Misa, don't share the results yet. I'm going to share them. Misa's too fast. She's like, so real quick, I almost forgot, but I put these slides in here. Who here knows of our 100K challenge? Just real quick, or drop in the chat 100K. Okay, we are shutting down the 100K challenge. Just kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding. No. We're actually pausing for the summer because we're going to be working on a 2.0. So even though the challenge, we did the launch call yesterday, I realized I didn't give you guys enough notice for some of you, so I'm going to just tell you real quick. We are going to pause this for 2 to 3 months. If you're already in the challenge, you're good. Don't worry. We're also extending. Normally we close it. You guys know we're religious on this. We close right on time, which was yesterday. However, we decided yesterday after, oh gosh, guys, we need a little time to work on 2.0, right? Because this takes a lot of time and a lot of effort from us. So we will do a last call for you guys today until Friday, aka the newsletter. We'll do a last call for you if you want to jump into the one we currently have. We can send you the replay from the launch call yesterday so that you're ready for when it officially, like day one, begins on Monday. Okay? If that is you, just do me a favor and drop 100K in the chat. Some of you already did that. Sorry, I wasn't trying to. Some of you already put 100K in the chat for a different reason. But I'll send you the details on that. But again, I wanted to share the last call with you because normally we run it every month. You guys know this. And then now that we're going to be pausing for 2 to 3 months, I don't want you to be like, dang it, you should have told me. I would have jumped in on this one versus thinking in June I could just start a next one. We need time to work on 2.0. We got some cool stuff planned. So, all right. And then again, if you're already in the 100K challenge, you're good to go. We're not pausing what's already existing. We're just pausing the future ones for the next 2 to 3 months while we work on 2.0. And just to be clear, so you know, it will go up a couple $100 in 2.0. So if you're wanting to get it now, this would be the time to do it. All right. And then real quick, because I love success stories. Some of you might even be in the call who know these success stories. This plan uh, drove 228K in the pipeline in 90 days, 233K in the pipeline in 96 days, 255K in 100 days, 300K in 70 days, 350K in 100 days. And I don't think Logan made it today, but I was trying to get him to come on so he could share a little bit with you guys. But he's sitting on 500K projected in commissions. And let me just tell you, that's a couple bucks. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So if that is you and you want to be involved in the plan that continues to do that time and time again. Also, I didn't even mention these are people in all different markets. Okay. All different markets, all different personality types. Some of them have kids. Some of them have day jobs. Most of them aren't going to have a day job soon because of what they did in this plan. All right. So if that's you, again, this is just the last call. For anybody else who's new here, we don't plug stuff all the time. This is truly a last call because everybody knows we do this every month. We launched a new 100K challenge and you guys can always count on that. But now we're literally not going to be doing that for 2 to 3 months. So I wanted you to have this chance to jump into the one that just started because it was just the launch call. So we have the replay for you. So last chance, drop 100K in the challenge. Then I'm going to show you the poll results for you. Yeah, just drop 100K in the challenge. We'll send you the links, everything like that. And we'll get you taken care of. And you can get in before Monday, which is when the first actual day of the challenge starts. Okay. That's right. 100K for your lender partner too. Oh my gosh, the lender partners need to crush this. All right. Now, who wants to know the results for the poll? Anybody? I'm excited. I'm so curious to see who, like, if you guys are surprised or whatever. It was actually closer than I thought it would be. So here we go. Boom. What do you guys think? Surprised? I'm actually really surprised that Zillow got as much as it did. I honestly thought agents and LOs would be like, well, it's an email. I don't even like emails. Because Zillow, when I was going through this, I actually, because I run through, which you'll see in a second, I run through deep AI research on this as well to kind of reason through what do we think would win in this scenario, right? And my personal thing was Zillow. I honestly was like, I think Zillow will win because it's just so different. People just don't use this. It's a unique thing. But yeah, like it's pretty cool to see. I feel like the for sale by own marketing like was like a giveaway. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the winner obviously is Walt's for sale by owner marketing. Not by much. We were close with the Zillow. I love the people who put the price drop because I actually think price drop is a really solid one too. Really solid one. So now let me ask you guys this. Do you think the most advanced AI will agree with you? What do you guys think? You think the most advanced AI is going to agree with a bunch of agents and LOs, all different backgrounds, all different production levels? What do you guys think? Type yes in the chat if you think that AI will agree with you, or no if you don't think it will. I present it to you the exact same way that I present it to you guys because I want it to be really fair. So I give it the same exact information that you have to reason through. Okay, so a few yeses and a few nos. It's kind of like 50-50 on that one. All right, so the AI's top pick is it's Walt, man. It said, no, I'll tell you this. It said that the Zillow, so like Walt, it put at like a 51% chance, and it put Zillow at like 47%. So I was like, okay, honestly, that's not bad. Yep, and it put price drop right around like 35% or something like that. So pretty cool. So let me ask you, do you agree with this? You guys think that the AI was pretty spot on? I'm curious. All right, I'm going to stop sharing the results. Let me share with you real quick why. Why? And for those wondering why we do the best of series, I want to just tell you real quick before I tell you why the AI chose what it did. Why I designed the best of series once a month like this is for a couple reasons. One, I know you guys either forget or missed the trainings we did last month. This is a great way for you to get a quick recap, learn the bullet points, and say, oh, right, that's right. I forgot about the Zillow or the price drop or the for sale by marketing script. I want to revisit those or I want to learn about them, right? So that's one reason. The second thing is I'm trying to teach you to reason through that each strategy has its own potential to absolutely dominate in very specific scenarios. I want you to be able to be in a scenario just like I showed you today and know exactly what in your toolbox you're going to use to go for it. That's why I designed the best of series this way, is so that I'm helping you to understand when to use strategies, to reason through, okay, this is the scenario, this is what I kind of use with the highest likelihood of success. So that's why I do it. All right, so let's talk about real quick why the AI reasoned the way it did. Why did it choose Walt's for sale by owner marketing strategy? So the deep breath opener, right? It disarms the skepticism, and it typically, you know, when you see when you can disarm someone right away in a cold call, or really any call, actually, any conversation, even your conversion rate will typically double because you addressed the thing that would make them say no, right? Okay, so that's a big one. And then the pickup rate is pretty high. It's 12-15%. That's very accurate. That's pretty spot on. So when you use a for sale by owners, though, they typically have a higher pickup rate because they're managing the listing themselves, right? So we would expect that we'd get a higher pickup rate with for sale by owners. So if you have this, it's going to have a higher conversion rate and a higher pickup rate. It works in every market. This works in every market. It's super proven, and really spends the time to show the for sale by owner the value that we bring. And remember, you'll get recaps, replays of all of these strategies so that if you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, don't worry. We're going to send it to you. You'll get it all for free. Okay. All right. It builds trust instantly. When you turn around and tell someone, hey, I know you're really nervous or scared or don't want this one thing to happen, don't worry. It's not going to. It builds trust. And when you keep your word, that's the amazing thing. They're still going to have skepticism. If I say, all right, Jessica, but we're not going to talk about listing your home today, you're still going to have a level of skepticism. Yeah, I know, but you're an agent. There's just no way you're not going to ask to list my home by the end of this call. And then when I don't ask to list your home by the end of the call and I focus on the things that I said I would do, you go, oh my gosh, he kept his word. Maybe I can trust this guy. Maybe agents aren't so bad, right? So it builds that trust because you're making a promise at the beginning of the call and you're keeping that promise. And that, right? Come on now, how do we build trust? How do we build trust? Someone says they're going to do something and they do it. That's how it's pretty simple. It's a pretty easy math equation, right? And then it just has proven outcomes. Proven outcomes. I mean, with the amount of cold calling that we've done in the Agent Alliance on our teams, personally, also from the guest coaches, from you guys who've come in and shared your success stories. I mean, it's just so unbelievably proven, this particular strategy. And that's why it's actually, for those of you who don't know, Walt's for sale by owner marketing strategy is part of our 100K challenge too. It's one of the pieces. We have about 12 pillars, all different mediums and faucets, right? Yeah, and so it's about a 20 to 30% higher appointment rates than traditional cold calling as well. All right. So what are your thoughts? Anybody have thoughts that they want to share kind of about the strategies, the scenario, anything like that? I'll even let you unmute and kind of share your opinion about it all. Andrea, you got something? All right. Let me ask to unmute. Hold on. There you go. What you got?
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to say that I like all of the strategies just because they're all very simple and they're all they won't catch anybody they all throw everyone off guard because even when you're calling about a price drop, I'm calling to deliver positivity, and now I'm calling to ask you if you have a someone or any interest or someone you know.
That's right.
The FSBO, it's the FSBO is no longer going to be on guard because we're disarming them. And the Zillow strategy is simply just an email, and you can respond with your curiosity at your own pace.
Hmm. I love that. That was so solid. I totally agree. Anybody else have kind of thoughts that they want to share, or even maybe even some questions about maybe the scenarios or objections that you have? Maybe you're like, I don't know, man. I think AI got it wrong. Here's why I think. I'd love to have a little discussion if you want. And if not, I have some final thoughts I could share with you too, and then we can do just a general Q&A for you. But as far as the poll and the voting, anybody have anything else they want to share? Just do your raise hand or type in the chat so I know, and then I'll unmute you. And if not, I'm going to give you some final thoughts. Last call. 3, 2. Oh, Jessica, you got something? Heck yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me unmute. There you go.
I'll second what Andrea says. I really like the strategies. I'm a digital marketer going into real estate, so I
Ooh.
love how straight to the point they are. They address the pain points right off the bat. Like you said, they discard uh, assuage any concerns they would have. It's relationship building, right? So I love how it's all about building trust, building that rapport, getting them to know that we're the subject expert matter and you could trust us.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Great observations. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Also, digital marketing, bringing that into real estate. Come on now. That's going to be awesome. So very excited for you. Very excited for you. All right, guys. So let me give you some final thoughts then. All three of these strategies are proven. It's not that one strategy is better. Joe Rosen absolutely makes a ton of money and helps a ton of people with price drop strategy. He crushes it, right? So does Walt. So does the Zillow email. Okay? They all work. The important part is that you just do the work. Okay? That's how you know I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not here to lie to you. The truth is that I'm going to always bring you proven strategies we know inside and out. You just got to pick one and do it. And then again, the goal is that you reason through for yourself. You're looking at a for sale by owner, and a lot of agents, they go, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. I see one. I don't even know what to do. Now you go, well, let me think about this. I know strategies now. I have strategies to access that will allow me to have insight on what to do, right? So the Zillow email, last call on those, right? Little quick scenarios to show you kind of where they fit in best. Zillow emails are for quick engagement. They're scalable outreach. You need to reach a ton of people, and they're perfect for sparking curiosity in cold leads and stubborn for sale by owners. So they're really good for that, right? I love using them for past clients as well, by the way. Past clients, asking them a year, 2 years after they've owned their home every year. Maybe you do it every 6 months. You could send a Zillow email. Every 6 months, you could send a Zillow email. Here's where your home's at. What do you think about that? Right? And then we have price drop, which is immediate credibility. It's direct market leverage. In other words, you're just reporting on what the facts are in the market. Here's price drops. Here's what's happening. Is it relevant to you? So it's super great. It's a great way. And it also drives urgent conversations. Okay. And then for sale by marketing strategy, as you saw, it builds rapid trust. It builds trust very fast in a single call. It's universally effective. And it is one of the best strategies out there for sale by owners. For sale by owners. Okay. All right. So you just got to choose and commit to it. Remember, subscribed. Oh, it says 700 subscribers. We have like 900 now. I got another 100 in like the last week or so. But yeah, subscribe, and then I'll get you all of the actual replays, slides, bonus resources from each strategy. So the full breakdowns of each one you'll get in the newsletter on Friday. Remember, this is all free. I I have no pitch here for you, okay? Like I get the coaches to go and generously give you all of this for free because they know me and they're great people. So we'll give you that. Um, it'll also be where you know whether you won one of the three coaching calls too, right? So the one-on-one 30-minute coaching calls, which seriously, guys, like you better hope you win because those things are amazing. They're so good. They're great people. Um, and then also, I'm going to share with you kind of some of the mistakes that people make in each strategy that kind of mess up or ruin their results. Okay, so that you can kind of avoid those mistakes and get the most results from them. Okay, link is in the chat for you to subscribe so you can make sure you get all that. Oh, look, this slide has the 800 plus subscribers on it. All right, so we'll put that link in the chat for you to subscribe. Remember the prizes and questions now. We did good on time. I try to do these ones really fast. So any questions? Now, these can be general questions. General, I always give this time, first week of the month. I give this extra 10, 15 minutes at the end of this particular call to answer any and all real estate questions that you might have. Whether you're a loan officer, whether you're an agent, whether you're a team leader, broker, this is just some time for you. Maybe you want to ask some more about the strategies. Maybe you want to just share a little bit about something that you're struggling with in real estate. This is kind of an open session that I give to you guys just to support you. So who's got some questions? And you're awesome, Robert. Thank you so much for the wake up. I got you, Isabel. I got your back. Come on now. Do the raise hand symbol or drop it in the chat if you got a question, and I'll let you unmute and you can ask your question. And I'm here to support you. Jessica, is the Zillow email strategy part of a drip or nurturing campaign? So yes, yes. However, I am someone who is very realistic with agents and loan officers. What I have found over the years, respectfully, guys, is you're terrible at drip campaigns. You either just set it and forget it, and it does not resonate well with your audience because you don't even know what's in it. I'm being real with you, okay? Because I'm here to help you, right? So, what I teach more, Jessica, is something that you could just go do this week and make an impact in your business. And then over time, it starts to become a habit. And I teach more focusing on if you have a drip campaign, let it be filled with reminders of you to do something rather than automatic. What I found with the automatic stuff is that agents will just be like, well, my CRM already has an automatic seller follow up campaign and it delivers no value. They don't even know what's in it. It pisses off the people that are receiving it because it's not relevant to them. And then the agent gets frustrated. Then they think it's the CRM's problem, right? Oh, wow, that drip campaigns don't work. Follow up doesn't work. This stuff doesn't work. And all this frustration builds in. So instead, I'm like, let's just do one piece at a time. And essentially, I'm teaching you how to assemble your own manual follow-up campaign. Now you can go, well, I could use the Zillow strategy every 6 months for every past client, for every for sale by owner, for anybody that I've got an address for. I could do that. So now it's not going to be an automatic drip campaign, but you could set a reminder in your CRM that every 6 months, if it has an address, you're following up with them with the Zillow email. Same for the price drop, right? While it's not part of a campaign, price drops are 1 in 3 homes, which means if you're working, it's going to come up. Whether you're a loan officer, whether you're an agent, right? It's going to come up a ton. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is once a month, I'm going to go check price drops. If you're a loan officer, you should be checking in with your agents all the time. Hey, you got any price drops? I'm going to make some calls for you. And if you're an agent, oh my gosh, you have to know how to deal with price drops. Let me give you this scenario. You're sitting with the clients, right? You've got a listing, and they ask you, hey, we're seeing price drops. What's your plan? Do you have a plan? I'm being real with you right now. Be honest with me, guys. If your client asks you right now, hey, listen, what do you do when a price drop happens? What do you tell them? Anybody got a response to that? I want to know. Anybody got a response? Your client asks. Price drop. How are you going to make sure that I still make net the money I need to net? How are you going to make sure the house still sells when others are doing price drops? Anybody got a response for that? I'm genuinely asking, right? But now imagine you could say this. Price drops? Are you kidding me? I love price drops. I'm serious. I talk this way to my clients. I eat price drops for breakfast. Price drops, not a problem. Here's what I do. I make 500 dials for you to generate new offers on the property. If we have to do a price drop, right? If you're going to have to do that, then I'm going to do extra work to make sure that I'm generating new offers for you. So I make 500 dials. I have a proven script that absolutely crushes it. Now, we've priced well, so I don't think that a price drop will happen. But if it does, just know I have a proven plan. I got your back, and you don't need to worry. Now, how's that for a response? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. This is why I do what I do, right? Because I have yet to see, even top producers, when it comes to price drops and stuff like that, I ask them the same question. I put them on the spot. All right, and tell me what you're going to do about the price drop. For most, it's, well, that is the thing I'm going to do. Price drop. How do you think that makes a seller feel, though? Me losing money is your strategy? Really? Right? Probably doesn't make them feel good. Andrea, what you got? I'll let you unmute.
So question about the price drop strategy. So that does seem like, we as agents would have a plan. However, if the seller wants to net a certain amount, I guess I'm just wondering how are we wrapping that into it's positive, but how are we still wrapping it into them getting close to what they want to make if we have to drop the price? I mean, yeah, we're going to call for them and generate new offers, but I guess how do I tie a bow on that?
That's right. This is a great question. Great question, right? So how is a price drop still a positive when it comes to the net profit that a seller is looking for, right? How do we tie those together? So one is, if you're doing a price drop, they obviously already are on the same page as far as, okay, we need to be competitive in the market, and you're not going to price drop to a point to where it puts them in a negative disposition. You'd be a terrible agent if you did that, unless, of course, they're okay with losing money, which most are not, right? So one, you need to remember that. If they're going to do a price drop, you guys already are relatively on the same page. We want to strengthen that. Now, why do we price competitively, guys? Genuine question. Why do we price houses competitively? To drive what? Offers. To drive offers. Do we have to accept offers that are below value? No. But we do have to drive offers. We have to. Otherwise, we have nothing to work with. So you're showing them that even though they have to do a price drop, you're going to garner as many offers as you can get. And the more offers you get, the more likely you're going to get a more favorable deal on the table. You're not looking for just any offer. You're trying to go out and find them the best offer. Does that make sense, Andrea? Did that answer your question? Right? All right. Anybody else got some more questions? We got about 5 more minutes. I got your back. Don't be shy. You see it. Jessica's asking. Andrea's asking. Let's see. Oh, Dana said, yes. So again, we'll get recordings for everybody who wants to know. We'll have recordings in the Friday newsletter. All of April, we got you covered there. So replays, slides, everything. You're gonna be hooked up. I got you. All right. Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to know about? Anything that maybe you're struggling with in your business? Again, I only do this particular time once a month because normally we'll have a guest. Or honestly, with the other strategies, I tend to go on longer. But in the recap one, I try to leave extra time at the end just to kick off your May really strong, just to be there for you, to have you set up really good for the month of May. So who's got some more questions? Or even just some feedback about how the call was today or some of the strategies. Maybe you've even tested some of the strategies. I know some of you have. I know I saw that earlier. Do you have any resources on developing CMAs? Yes, absolutely. It's the given scenario. when it comes to CMAs, a lot of people are looking when it comes to for those who might be new, comparative market analysis. In other words, where does the home stand? How do you price the home, right? So there's no silver bullet when it comes to CMAs. Most of it comes from due diligence, but there are a couple powerful rules of thumbs that you should use, some core principles. One is, of course, you want the home that is as accurate and close to the property as possible. You want to use generally sold only properties as the basis of your analysis. Okay. The only reason you would use active and under contract is just to show where you want to price if you want to be competitive. But sold is the only thing that actually matters. Sold is the only thing that matters. There are lots of homes that are priced way high, and a seller might be like, well, that home's kind of like ours, and they're priced at this, which is high, right? But has it sold? Right? So that's why agents often, it's just a mistake and it's not a judgment, but it's a mistake, is that they'll include things that are not concrete. The only thing that's concrete is a sold. And then also, again, as recent as possible. It needs to be as recent as possible. And then you need to factor in things such as location, right? If it's 20 miles away from where you live, that's a whole different zip code in most cities. Okay. So you can't be using that. All right. That's just the truth. And then other factors, right? Agents tend to get emotional because they're interested in pleasing sellers and not offending sellers versus guiding them into the best possible outcome. So you need to be mindful that you are not using their emotions as your guide or as your basis. So in other words, they go, well, I just remodeled the kitchen and I put $20,000 into it. So our home therefore must be worth $20,000. Well, first of all, no, that's not how things work, right? If I go and overpay for a fridge, it doesn't mean that someone else's fridge all of a sudden is worth more, right? For all you know, they did $5,000 worth of renovations and paid 20 grand for it. What if it cost them 20 grand because they broke a pipe and had to have that fixed? Mistake I've been through, by the way. Someone told me that they put about 20 grand worth of renovations into their kitchen, but I found out about 10 grand of it was fixing something that they broke in the process. Of course, they don't tell me that, right? Because they're looking at, I need to recoup the costs. So these things are very important when it comes to comps, is you just have to have a fundamental understanding of what's happening in the market and what's relevant to the buyers and appraisers. Have you guys ever seen an appraisal report before? Like, have you actually looked at it is what I should say. I'm sure you've seen it. Even lenders, right? You've seen them too. So, but have you actually studied it? Look at it again next time. Look at what an appraiser actually counts when they appraise a home. And then you should have a deep understanding of those items, right? A lot of appraisers, right? The agents still try to convince people that they can sell their solar panels. Go ask 100 appraisers. 99 of them are going to tell you that it's a negative thing for a home. But your sellers, of course, wanting to recoup the costs, will say it's positive. Oh, well, we've already paid it off, or they can just transfer the lease over, or we'll donate them for free while they increase the price of the home, right? This isn't about you. And in many ways, it's not about the seller. It's about the buyer who's going to buy the home. And it's the appraiser who's going to help get that loan financed, okay? So you just need to know a fundamental understanding. So Jessica, I know that's long-winded a little bit on CMAs. There's a lot of different ways to answer it, but there are these kind of core principles that you want to factor in and really be solid on the data and the facts. But how I deliver it is very positive, right? I always deliver it in a very positive way. Like, for example, Amy, you're my client, and you turn around and you said, well, I see this active listing, and it's very similar to mine, and it's priced $50,000 more than you said that the comp support. Now, most agents are going to be like, a negative, right? They're wrong. They're wrong, right? Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, I love, Amy, that you do your due diligence and you are looking out we are on the same page about getting top dollar for your home. So I just love that we're on the same page there. So one, I'm reinforcing that Amy and I are on the same page. I'm not an enemy to Amy's desire to make the most money. Most agents come across as an enemy of the seller's desire to make the most money. You cannot do that, right? Second, I'm complimenting her due diligence rather than discouraging her because I already know she's going to do it. She's already going to do it. So I'm not going to discourage her from doing something I know I can't even prevent. I'm going to encourage her to communicate whatever she finds to me, right? Anybody have kids, right? You know, if the kids are going to do it anyway, at the least, just tell me so we can at least handle it together. Because you know, when they hide it, it becomes a much bigger problem because now you can't even address it. You can't even do anything about it, right? Okay, so that's two things I'm going to do right away. The second thing is I'm going to be like, I love that they were willing to price their home there. What I think is that maybe the agent is being really ambitious, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do you a favor, Amy, because I'm super thorough about this. I'm going to give that agent a call. I'm going to see where they're at and why they priced it. Because here's what I'm going to assume is the agent did the same comps I did, came to the same conclusion, but there might be something in the home that we can't see that drove that cost up. So I'm going to do my due diligence to see how they got that price up there. So I'm not saying that Amy's wrong. I'm also not saying that that active listing is right. I'm saying I'm going to do my due diligence to see. And if I can't find something, then I'm going to come back to Amy and be like, here's where I'm at. Here's what I learned. And that's probably why the home hasn't sold yet. It seems like they might be a little off basis, right? And I'm assuming, Amy, that you would rather have the home sold sooner than later, have that money in the bank, than every day paying another day of the mortgage, being somewhere you don't want to be, because obviously they're moving, which means you don't want to be there anymore, right? Being somewhere you don't want to be, right? And that's typically how I'd handle it. All right. Last call for questions. If not, I'll take it there. And then on Friday, I'll be sending you the newsletter, and you'll get everything in there, all the recaps, replays, everything for you, announcing the winners of the poll and everything like that too. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Do me a favor though, one last favor, guys. Can you just drop in the chat just like a takeaway that you had from the call today, something valuable, insightful, something like that? I would just love to know. Your feedback's so helpful. So if there's something that you're just like, man, you inspired me to go make for sale by owner calls, or I never thought about, CMAs that way, or something like that, I would love just your feedback. Is this your first call with us, Amy? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. That's awesome. Anybody else first call? I know a few people left already because I already told them, voting's over. Jessica, that's right for your first call. I love it. Franco, oh, that's right. This is your first call too. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. Well, I'm so glad you're here. We do this every week, 9 a.m. Central. This is a unique one, Amy, where it's a recap. Normally, we're doing the singular strategies that, like you saw each week, and you'll actually go through an exercise. We do breakout rooms, everything like that. It's really unique calls. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys. Feel free to head off. Thanks for all the kind words and feedback in the comments. It means a lot. Thanks for being here. Thanks for those of you who turn your video on and you're present and engaged. It means a lot to me because I do this for free. I pour into you. So yeah, feel free to just take off and have a blessed day. Go check out these strategies. We'll send them on Friday and go put some into action. Let's see. And then, next week we're going to do, for the first time ever, we're going to do a takeover because I'm going to be in Canada, expanding a bit for the brokerage side of things. So Raymond sold Seth. Pretty sure I said that right. You guys know him often. A lot of you know him. He's going to be doing the takeover for us for the newsletter and the call next week. He's got a pretty cool one coming up. I'll tell you more about it in Friday's newsletter. But that'll be the first time I've ever handed over the reins to someone else. So I'm a little nervous. So make sure you guys show up and be real nice to him because he's covering for me while I'm going to be out in Canada. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. Go crush it. Yeah. can't wait to hear your feedback on all the strategies and stuff like that. See you later. Bye. All right. See you later, everybody.